Hi guys, live from the White House in the middle of the forest near Flagstaff, Arizona. This is Rusty 78609 and the lighting sucks, I know. God dang it. Well, let me see if I can do something. Never mind. Anyway, it is 1:44 p.m., 10% humidity, and 78 degrees inside here. Is that good? You damn right it is. It is to me. So, this is going to be a little follow-up on the solar stuff because I have a lot of comments asking about the solar and giving me information about the solar. And so what I've got is a 120 watt solar ZAMP, solar suitcase portable system. Okay, that's the solar part. It's two 60 watt panels. And for those of you that are going boondocking or dispersed camping or going tent camping and you want to take some solar so you can have a refrigerator or whatever you want to do, a fan is nice, I have to tell you. It works. In fact, it's in my case, it's overkill. The 120 watt panels, of course, now I'm getting some great sunlight here. That makes a big difference. If it was cloudy, it'd probably be big. But since I've had the ZAMP suitcase portable system, I've had good sun for the whole time, and that's been, oh, I don't know, 7, 8 days, whatever it happens to be, 9 days, 10 days, whatever. But, and I also have a 300, what is it, a 300 watt inverter, a ZAMP inverter that converts the 12 volt to 110 so I can run my fan, which just has a 110 adapter. And of course, then I've got my Dometic CF18 12 volt refrigerator, and it works great. I don't have to go buy ice anymore, and I haven't bought ice in over a week. Oh, and I don't have to lift that heavy thing in and out and in and out and in and out and drain the water. Da 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 da. Enough said about that. But what I wanted to mention was this. Here's how it's been working for me so far. When I get up in the morning, I put the panels out and I put them on charge while I'm doing my quote ablutions, you know, my washing my face, brushing my teeth, do my stretches and take a walk and all that other stuff. And it takes about an hour and a half or hour and 45 minutes for me to do that because I walk for about an hour, usually, sometimes less. Since I've been camping, it's been a little less. But anyway, so I leave, the solar panels are out for about 2 hours. Now, whenever I set them out and hook the cord up to the battery, it'll read 12.6 amps in the battery. And to go from the 12.6 amps in the battery to a full charge takes 2 hours in full sunlight. Now, if it was overcast or whatever, cloudy, it would probably may double that. Okay, but that's what it's taken now. So for those of you that are thinking about getting you a small solar system, again, I run a U2, is what's it called? Let me see. O2 Cool 10-inch fan. I run it about, let me guess, probably 6 hours a day in this, when it's like this, because outside, it's probably the same temperature outside as inside, but yeah, without the air moving inside here, it can be a little, quote, stuffy. But that little fan, it's a little 10-inch 12 volt fan, and it works fine. It'll also run off 110, and that's why I got the inverter, because I plug it into that. I probably could have figured out a way to get by without it, but I didn't. And then of course I run the refrigerator. And then I also charge my laptop and I charge my cell phone. And of course the refrigerator's running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, nonstop, or it's on. Now the compressor doesn't cut on very much. The average draw, it appears, for that refrigerator, again, the Dometic CF18, the average hourly draw looks like it's somewhere around 1.5 amps on the high side, all right, for a 24-hour period. So, you know, that's 36 amps you're using there. And then, of course, on the, I'm really into these amps, aren't I? I'm amp man. By God, I know amps, amps, amps. I may not know anything else, but I know amps. But and then the little fan must draw about one. So we're looking at about 40 over 40 amps a day that I'm using. And those solar panels, the 260 watt ZAMP solar panels, put in, and whenever they start charging in the morning, if I've got direct sunlight, it'll show anywhere from 7 to 9 amps going in. All right, and then as the battery fills up, the controller is smart enough to start, slowing down the charge. It does. It actually does. So it'll drop. It'll show it, even though it's in direct sunlight, it'll go down to 765, and then it'll just say, it'll say full. And so what that tells me is it's working. Now, how long could I go without actually? Now, if I didn't run the fan, if I just ran the refrigerator, which, when I'm traveling, I'm not going to be running the fan. I'll be driving the vehicle. But let's say I'm going to travel to Barstow next week sometime, or this week sometime, and that's about a 6-hour drive for me. And in the morning, I may not, well, I'll probably put the solar out while I'm doing my, quote, ablutions. So it'll, basically the battery will have a full charge when I leave. And so I can probably go I think I can go 2 days with, powering just the refrigerator. But we'll see. But what I'll do when I get to a motel, I'll take it inside. I don't have a 110 adapter, but I do have that inverter. I can plug that in, take the inverter in, take the refrigerator in, and I'm good to go. And I could put the refrigerator in the cab of the truck if I really wanted to conserve, but I don't need to. I've got more energy being produced by the sunlight than I'm using. And that's amazing, because one of my biggest concerns was I'd be spending all this money, and how much did it cost? I think the total for the whole thing was like, for the 110 amp AGM battery, series 31, the inverter, the 300 watt inverter, the battery box, the solar panels, the Dometic refrigerator, everything. If you wrote a check for all of those in one big bite. Of course, I had it installed by a guy in Cortez, Colorado. It's called Backcountry Solar, and if you're in that area, check him out, because he's a good guy. His name's Joe. But I had it installed but he didn't charge me for labor. He made his money on the products that he sold me, that's fine. You got to make a living in business, particularly a small business. And but anyway, so the whole thing cost about around $1,700 total. If I say that real fast, I don't even feel anything. Okay. And but it's okay. So for you guys that are thinking about getting solar, I highly recommend ZAMP. Now, I know a lot of people go with Renogy, or however you pronounce it, and that's fine. I guess they're okay too. But the ZAMP suitcase solar is the suitcase thing is really well built and engineered. I mean, it works okay. The panels weigh about 40 pounds combined, I think, in that range. Not too bad. I can handle it, because I was handling that ice chest every day, 2 or 3 times a day, moving it out of the sunlight, because you couldn't leave it in the vehicle; it was too big. Or I'm in a pickup with a camper top. That's what this is, and this looks like carpet, and it is. It's insulation, and it works. So if you ever get a camper top, be sure and get this stuff. But having said all that, guys, that's all I wanted to do, is just give you a heads up on the solar. And if you saw how I had this phone set up, you would laugh. Okay? I mean, you talk about necessity being the mother of invention. Well, this is one of those inventions, I promise you, because I was thinking, well, I could do it outside, but it's a little breezy, and even with Band-Aids on my mic and stuff on my smartphone, it doesn't work. It helps. It does help. But no, I don't like to hear it. I don't like to listen to my own videos and hear, So anyway, that's it, guys. So if you're looking for solar, I recommend ZAMP, because they are well built and they're made in the USA. That's a big plus for me. And of course, Renogy is made in Thailand or somewhere. And that's, it's just personal choice. And of course, the price might be a little cheaper for Renogy. I don't know. I know that ZAMP does not market their product through Amazon or Walmart, and they chose to do that because sometimes these big corporations want to have the cheapest price, and they place demands on these companies to cut out some things to reduce that price so they're more competitive, and that's not good. But so from here, I'll show you the inside of my camper top here, you guys that are interested. Maybe you can see there's the fan blowing right in there, blowing that cold air in here. And anyway, we'll go around. There's my shoes on top of the ice chest, and there's all my stuff hanging on a basically a shower curtain rod. And maybe you can see, and those two aluminum containers on my table here to my left. It's a 3-drawer file that they're sitting on top of, or three-drawer cabinet, 3-drawer something. I got my clothes in there and other stuff, which really helps a lot. But those two aluminum containers are just holding water. They're just, one is a thermos. I use the top here, this top. I use it to drink my wine out of at night, and then I've got water there. And then of course I've got the what do you call it, organizer. You can buy those at Walmart, where all those little things are. I've got sunglasses, an extra phone with a broken glass, and you know, I got a lot of stuff in it. It holds a lot of stuff that you forget where you put it. And then I got clothes down along the bottom there. You'll see where I've got some laying, some of the stuff that I might put on immediately. But let's see, tomorrow it's supposed to get a little cooler here where I am. Again, I'm near Flagstaff at the Coco Nino National Forest. I'm dispersed camping. There's no amenities or no hookups of any kind, no water, no nothing. You know, you're just out here with the bear and the lions and whatever else is out here. So, but it's okay. No, you know, but if you're going to disperse camp, certainly solar would be a big help. It is an investment, but the upside of an investment like that is if once you make it, you know, the life of those panels is 25 years. I mean, they're going to last a hell of a long time. The battery, you're probably looking at maybe 5 to 7 years, depending on how you take care of it. The Dometic refrigerator, who knows? It's a name brand. It's well engineered. It's got a DeVos or something compressor, which is long living. And anyway, yeah, but once you've made those investments, you don't have to make them again. You know what I mean? They'll last for years and years and years. So, you know, you're good to go for years, even though you got to bite a big bite up front. But anyway, having said that, from Amp Man, Rusty 78609 in the White House. You hear me? White House. I am. It's very nice. I mean, you know, well, it shows 77.3 degrees. It's 1:56 p.m. Arizona time. 11% humidity. You hear me? You don't need to. Whenever you take a birdie bath outside here, you don't need a towel. You got to keep pouring water on yourself to get you to wash yourself. I'm telling you, man. You can hang a towel out here wet, and it takes about 20 minutes, and it's dry. And you got to know what's happening to your body. That's why I drink a lot of water. I'll drink 2 rounds of those every day. The 2 containers, and they're both. This one is a quart. That one, no, this was the tall one is 34 ounces, and the small one is 30 ounces. So that's 64 ounces. Yeah, and I'll go through 2 rounds of those a day. That's 100. That's a gallon. So having said that, do I pee a lot? Yeah. Anyway, having said that, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye, USA made when you can. Drink plenty of water, and you know, 3 or 4 quarts a day ain't gonna hurt you. You will pee a lot, I promise you that, but you won't have to worry about kidney stones and a lot of other stuff. It'll also help you if you have gout. Sure will. Anyway, because it gets those purines out of your blood. Anyway, so what else? Drink plenty of water. Yeah, you may TT like a racehorse or a 2 or 3 peckered possum. Take deep breaths in through your nose, hold it, and then out through your mouth. Do that several times a day. Why? Because you just should. It relieves stress, and relieving stress lowers your blood pressure, and lowering your blood pressure makes it easier on your heart, and you want your heart to last a long time, because when it goes out, adios amigo. So what else? Stretch, walk, do that every day, and you won't have to go to a doctor. But anyway, you guys that are looking at solar, good luck. If you have any questions, shoot me a comment. I'll answer it. Anyway, go get them, guys. Adios.